Hi everyone, Indigo Twin here. My apologies for my voice this week. I have unfortunately caught a cold, but I'm still here doing the weekly reading, and just like to say a big thank you for all subscribers, comments, likes, donations, and for bookings. I so much appreciate it. I won't be taking any bookings for the first few weeks of April. So you just might have to hold off a bit there, but a few things going on. I'm actually going on a holiday, so I will be here probably next week, and then I'll be away for a couple of weeks. But anyway, let's move on to this week's reading before I completely lose my voice. So just like to, for those of you who are just joining me, I do the Divine Masculine, the Divine Partnership, and the Divine Feminine, and do cards and a healing at the end of it. So without further ado, let's move on to the cards this week, shall we? Okay. Pardon me. Hopefully I'll be able to get through this. Just make sure I have a water standing by. So I've shuffled and prayed over the cards, and we shall move on. Now, with the Divine Masculine, it's interesting because we had the similar cards last week. Both the Huffer and the Scarab card came up for the Divine Masculine. So the Divine Masculine at the moment is really looking into his darker side and his deeper self to really understand what it is that he actually wants on this journey. He's recognizing that things need to change, and that is suggested by the Scarab here. So there is a strong recognition of finding out who he is and really coming forward. So there's a strong message there of the Divine Masculine looking into his mirror reflection, and of course seeing in that mirror reflection that it's not just him, that he has his beloved on the other side of it. So he's making changes to accommodate that, and he's recognizing that. And he's being guided by divine guidance, as suggested by Osiris down here. So overall for the masculine, changes are happening, but of course we can't force those changes, and that's the important message here today. Do not try and force those changes, because we don't want those changes to occur before they need to. Divine timing is so important here right now. I'm sorry this reading might be a little bit short, but it's quite simple in various ways, and there's not, besides the new moon coming up, there's not a lot of major energies. And of course, Venus retrograde is beginning to move back towards Pisces, so there'll be a bit more about that later on. But at the moment, it's new moon energies, so time to actually write down what it is that you truly desire, and work on that. As far as the Divine Feminine goes, now, interestingly enough, we have Isis here. So we have Lord Osiris over here in the masculine, and Goddess Isis on the feminine. So the recognition here, and of course, you know, she is the wife of Horus, and we know the story about Isis and Osiris and how she saved him from Set. So that is what's happening here. This is where this mirror reflection is so important here. Now, of course, we've got the Ankh in the middle. So very much the masculine has recognized the feminine energies in this beautiful goddess energy. So he's seeing her and seeing the divine partnership in a totally different light this week. So it's overall quite good. So for the feminines, call upon Isis. Release your fears to her. Any fears that you still hold, release them to her. She's there to help. So that's the strong message here from Isis today. Now, having the Uraeus, we haven't seen Uraeus for a long time, and Uraeus did appear very, quite a lot in feminine a couple of months back. It was consistently there. Now, what it is saying is should be some careful, wise handling of these situations. So a little bit of planning behind the scenes. Now, that comes down to that whole manifesting what it is that you desire, what it is that you truly desire. So Uranus energies need to be used with care because, you know, if you ask for too much, then it may be taken away from you, or transferred to other people. You are seeing through any sort of covert plans of others and things like that. So definitely be in your own sort of space and really spend a lot of time on you, because the blessings that can come with that are very, very strong. Just, you know, if, and I've said this before, be careful in what you ask for. Be very strong in what you ask for and determined to bring about something that's wonderful. Now, remember, in a divine partnership, twin flame relationship, we have a divine love purpose, a mission. So that's ultimately what it is. If you just want a romantic soulmate, and then that's fine. And I spoke about that a few weeks ago. If you go back to my video 2 weeks ago, I believe it was, where I spoke about the two parts. So today, it's be really gentle on yourself. Famous last words. I'm doing this reading, and then I plan to go back and rest. So I have a few things to do, but I don't think I'll be doing them today. So anyway, moving on, we have the Tough card here, card number 8. And of course, it's the patron of men. So it's kind of almost, in some sense, and it's kind of a bit of a contradiction here, because it's saying have these lovely feminine energies and yet at the same time bring out your masculine. So what this is saying to me is there is a need for a balance between yin and yang, feminine and masculine energies within the feminine. So it's quite important. Now remember, this is actually the Ta card is also about craftsmanship and sort of building. It's like building the bricks in a spiritual foundation and constructing the building of the temple, growing into life's lessons. So, and understanding that each lesson that is learned shapes your true character and identity of your psyche. So it's quite a gentle energy here with the feminine this week. So take a balance of the yin yang. Ask for what it is you desire, but don't put in a tall order, okay? This is what the message is here. Don't put it in a large order. Make it simple. What is it that you want to feel? Not what you want. What do you want to feel? That's the new moon message here today. What is it that you want to feel? Do you want to feel unconditional love with your divine masculine counterpart? Ask for that. Anyway, voice is holding up so far. Let's move down to the partnership. The air card, right in the center. And I believe, my memory serves me right, it was there last week as well. Now that is the clearing away of the cobwebs and movement and action. Now with this Ankh here saying that this divine partnership is there. It is there. There's movement. There is movement. Now, even if it's just movement on the 5D level, it's there because those fires of passion are burning. Now, of course, we have this Uranus on this Pari bowl here heading towards masculine. Of course, we've got this one here. Now, it's the card number 11, my twin card in this deck is what I call it. So it's about bringing creative gifts into the light. Remember, the phoenix rising from the ashes. The partnership is undergoing major overhaul at the moment. Even if it's not recognized on a 3D level, on a 5D level, it is massive. So this will soon become apparent in the 3D. You will both rise like phoenixes rising from the ashes. It's happening. It's coming. It's there. It will be there. So it's starting to form that. Those fires are burning. It's starting to come to that. It is there. Now, pardon me, I'll just take a sip of water. Okay, let's move on to what is it that on a 5D level that the masculine is projecting towards the partnership? Grounding, earth. Okay, So he's actually, from the 5D level, is starting to ground himself on the 3D towards the partnership. Okay, this is quite significant. You know, this earthing is interesting because we have so many elemental cards here today: earth, air, and fire. So a whole balance. There's no water as far as I can see at the moment. But yes, we're really looking at putting material aspects of life into correct perspective. That's what the masculine is doing. And he's this old soul knowing the beauties of the earth and treating it with respect. So in other words, he's treating this divine partnership with respect and is being urged and pushed by his 5D self towards the partnership. Overall good news, positive. Now, feminine. Okay, so the feminine is being protected from any things that should arise at the moment. Any things that come arise, any doubts, any fears. Anubis is suggesting to have a sense of humor. Be light and cheery and happy as much as you can, because motion and movement and action is on the way. It is happening. Okay, there's a lot going on here. So it is happening. There's not, what can I say? Protection. It's protected. You're protected. However, don't go all yang. Okay? Don't go all yang towards the masculine. Have that balance. Have that beautiful balance of suggesting things. And yet at the same time, it's almost like saying, if you're actually in verbal contact with your divine counterpart, it's almost like saying, I really want to be with you. However, when you're ready. Kind of that thing. That's even on that 5D level, it's like, I want to be with you. That is my ultimate dream and desire, for us to be in unconditional love partnership and go on this mission. However, I don't want to push you too soon, and I understand that you still need things to work through. That's what the message is here. So let's move on to the last card, and we have the Buckle of Isis. All right, growth with sacrifice, meaning, again, because it's coming up again the last few weeks, but now it's coming up as our overall message for this week, is saying that there is fertility, there's growth. It's growth with sacrifice. It's a big reflection on emotions and understanding and figuring out how to bring things into the day of light. What can we materially sacrifice to come into divine union? That is a strong message here. What is it can you sacrifice? Can you sacrifice the idea of how you want things, how you dreamed of things to be, to have something that's not quite up there, that's something that's a little bit more accessible? This is what this card is actually asking you today. Have a look. Look at the reality. What's more accessible right now? What can occur? Because at the moment, what I can see from this reading here is that love, unconditional love, and not trying to push for things, understanding and trust and loyalty. That's what this card is about. It is this fertility card. So it means, coming along here, being that it's like this earth, there's a lot of growth happening here, a lot of growth. And it may not be obvious, but it's happening. Very, very clear message here. Now, I think because, I apologize. I'm trying to get this message out as best as I can. But so please bear with me. Overall, the message is lovely. Just be gentle. Be gentle this week. New moon energies are good energies. Be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with your divine counterpart. That's the clearest message that I can give you today. And I know it's been a bit short, So, but look, that's all there is. Sometimes things can go on for ages and it can be a long reading, but today it's just a short reading. I will endeavour to try and do a pyramid of love reading before I go away, at least, just to sort of, basically for April, I guess. So let's move on to the Isis healing card and see what Isis, goddess of light and love, who loves us unconditionally, what wisdom, guidance, and healing would you have us do for this upcoming week in order for our divine union to become stronger and our way towards our mission. Oops. There it is. The rising sun, the divine solar child reborn. Look at that. There's Isis with Horus. I need some Horus energies right now. Horus. Okay, rising sun. What does the rising sun tell us for this week? Now, please do remember that I will, maybe perhaps not today, but in the next couple of days, I will put any incantations or anything on my website, indigotwin11.com. Please go visit. You can make bookings directly to me for any readings from there. And I'm trying to find this card. Here we go. This is a beautiful one. The divine solar child reborn. A dark phase and struggle is over. A new phase is upon you, one of hope, glory, light, and triumph. It is won through boldness, persistence. Even when you felt like giving up, you chose to stay strong, to surrender to the divine and continue with the path. You have been through so much now. Victory is upon you, beloved, for the divine solar child. A new consciousness within you is born. As we journey into the ancient feminine, there are many times when we meet her dark face. We must be patient, accepting, allowing. Often what we meet are the difficulties of birth, literal and symbolic. We might feel great emotional or physical pain, spiritually bereft, alone, and yearning for deeper union, perhaps even wondering if what you seek could be genuine experience, or if it is the stuff of daydreams and fantasies. During times of despair and struggle, we come back to our hearts, searching for faith within, searching for signs to support us as we take the long journey down the spiritual birth canal into love in even greater expression. It might take us weeks, months, or many, many years to birth ourselves over and over again into more of our divine essence. Some birthing processes that are deeply profound will feel as though they take most, if not all, of our lifetime on this planet. At another level, many lifetimes will constitute one birth process. However, no matter how much we encounter the inner workings of the womb of the divine feminine, there are always moments of entering the light of birth into a new world. As a new being into a reality transformed, these moments are precious and herald the beginning of a new level of divinity expressed, often in deeply creative new ways. The divine solar child being born brings new light into your life, likely to express itself in multiple forms, revived and new relationships, new inspiration, and opportunities in your work and spiritual life, more love and enjoyment, new and more energized community, greater well-being and experience in your body, creative abilities that you didn't even realize you had, opening up effortlessly as you surrender to allow the body and creative faculty to flow. These are some of the gifts that are given to you by the universe at the cosmic baby shower for the birth of the divine solar child. The sweetness of the gifts of this new life make all that came before it so sacred and worthwhile. To honour and accept the past and the courage it required of us, and yet to accept this is now time to turn our face to the light and partake of the fruits of our inner labours is what this oracle ordains. Symbolised by the headdress of cow horns with the golden disc within, worn by Egyptian goddesses, including Isis, and the symbolism of Isis nursing her divine son child Horus at her breast. The oracle of the rising sun brings with it a new day, dawn, breakthrough, end of struggle, and the genuine and stable birth of optimism and hope for you now. Wow! Isn't that a purely amazing message today? I'm going to go through the ritual now. Now, the ritual is best done at sunrise because that makes it extremely special and potent. So if you cannot do this physically, you can visualize the sunrise and then do the guided exercise. So take yourself to a place where you can watch the sunrise. So have a wrap or something to keep you warm during this cool time of transition. If you are at the beach or sitting in a natural setting or even on the floor, be aware of the earth beneath you, the texture and temperature. Allow yourself to sense and feel the earth through your bottom and legs. Be aware then of your belly and your breath, and slowly draw your awareness to your solar plexus in the midsection of your abdominal area where your inner sun shines. Feel the energy there. Imagine feeding it with the light, color, and energy of the rising sun. Let the energy in your solar plexus grow and reach to the belly and the heart. Observe the sun rising. Stay with your solar plexus, your belly, and your heart. Don't think, just feel and receive. When you are ready, open your hands, palms facing upwards and slightly outwards towards the rising sun, and very slowly raise your arms as though you can cup the sun in your palms, raising your arms slowly in celebration, joy, and acknowledgement to the sunrise. Say aloud, I honor the rising sun within. Without new life, I honor now. Let there be life, hope, and optimism in your heart. When you are ready, lower your arms, and you may like to finish the ritual with the incantation below. And then perhaps enjoy some drumming, dancing, or yoga in the fresh light of the new dawn. And now for the incantation, which you can also say whenever it's a prayer of hope and optimism. Anytime you spirits need to be connected to joy, then please feel free. Rising sun, I am your solar child. I bask in your love free and wild. I am filled with your hope, endless and free. Your light and love fills all parts of me. The darkness cast away, joy is now born, with the sweetness of this spiritual dawn. That is beautiful, and I thank you so much, and I am exhausted, so I do apologize for this reading being quite short this morning, but it has just taken a lot of energy out of me, so I need to go and rest. So have a wonderful week. Be calm and be steady, and enjoy the rising sun and its blessings that come to you. Remember the new moon, time to have a bath, relax and enjoy. I send you a lot of love, light and blessings. Thank you.